Well, finally today, Ray, here's a great question for you. If given the opportunity, how would you spend $18 million?
I would give half of it to you.
Thank you very much.
Not. Well, for years, Zoo Atlanta had been talking about wanting to upgrade their aging reptile center. Then after months of planning, they got to put their money where their mouth is. $18 million later, voila, the brand new Scaly Slimy Spectacular, which opened for business this past April, and yet in just a short amount of time, it is already getting rave reviews.
And why not? I mean, just look at this place. 14,000 square feet, showcasing 100 different animals from 70 different species. The 45-foot custom dome specifically designed to keep birds from flying into the glass. When you first walk in, there's 60,000 gallons of water, highlighted by a waterfall showering not one, but 4 American alligators. Again, all this within the first few feet of the exhibit.
Our original reptile house was built in the early 60s, and so it's coming on to 50 years old. It's about 51 years old, I guess, 51 or 52 years old. It was the oldest building that was still used for its original purpose at the zoo. So its lifespan was over. We're accredited by the American Zoological Association, and that basically sets standards for zoos. And our building was getting to the point where it was difficult to maintain that standard.
Throughout its history, reptiles, herpetology, and amphibians have always been one of Zoo Atlanta's centers of excellence, meaning plenty of research and collaborations with Georgia colleges and universities. So naturally, when it came time to plan out a new facility, Bradlock and the developers paid very special attention to every single detail.
The biggest thing we wanted was a more natural and easy flow to the building. So our original building was just a big rectangle basically, and there was no directionality to it. So we wanted directionality to it, and then we wanted more of a museum quality look to part of the building. So if you go into the gallery, we call it, once you get through the desert and the big dome area that you see back here, then you get into a darker area where the exhibits themselves are kind of like lit up paintings. So you would look at that more of a museum look to it.
The new exhibits specifically designed to allow guests to view the true beauty of the animals in an environment nearly identical to that of their true habitat. In fact, each exhibit was designed by an artist. As for the signage, that's all digital now, meaning guests can pull up much more information on that particular exhibit.
But I think it was about 3.5 years of sitting down, designing, and then actually going through the construction. Construction was approximately, I think, 18 to 20 months. It's pretty interesting. I mean, I think if you've ever been involved with any kind of construction, especially if you haven't been, you say, what's going on? There's big trucks here, there's big things getting dug, and there's nothing happening because all of it's underground. So the footings and the plumbing and the drains and all that kind of stuff takes a long time and nothing's getting done. And then all of a sudden you get to the point where it's like, whoa, what happened? All of a sudden walls are up and things are up, and I need to be here all the time because I got to make sure that this is right. But things are happening so quickly all of a sudden. But it's really not that way. It's just that's the way it's been always, but things are underground for the most part. So it's very interesting how fast things can go. It's amazing what these construction crews can do.
All right, and by the way, discounts to Zoo Atlanta, one of the many perks of being a Georgia Farm Bureau member. Best of all, annual membership dues, only $25, and membership is open to everyone. Don't need to be a farmer or have insurance with us to join Farm Bureau. For more information on other benefits and becoming a Georgia Farm Bureau member, just log on to gfb.org, head on over to the membership section.